Today we're going to do the first oil change on the Z06. We're going to send this out to Blackstone and see actually what's going on in the engine, see if there's anything to worry about. I actually ordered 2 kits, so it comes with 2 of these and the paperwork to do 2 and the return labels. First oil change isn't recommended till I think 1,000 by GM, which I still intend to take it to them and have that so it's documented. Right now it has a little over 600 miles. I want to do the first oil change and do a Blackstone sample, which is essentially sending the oil out for inspection. I've had these Corvette pucks for about 15 years. They're from Wild Vets. I'm not sure if they sell them anymore. I need to reach out and see if I can get them, but these are absolutely fantastic, really good quality, and we use them for cars coming in the shop. You can buy the permanent ones to attach to your car, which will make your life easier and the dealer easier for them to jack it up if they're putting on lift. Just to give you an idea, these are ones that are on Amazon. So I often see things, and if it sounds cheap, I'm like, I'll buy them just as like an experiment. And you see the difference. Obviously, they go in that slot the same way, but these just look like a cheesy rubber, which I think they're just going to fall apart with the weight of the car. This is a really dense rubber. It doesn't have any squishy feeling at all. These just feel, you know, like an eraser at the end of your pencil. This is the oil that they recommend you use. In fact, they insist you use this. It's one that I think that Mobil 1 developed with GM from all the reading. It's going to take 7.5 quarts of that, so pick up 8 quarts of fluid. And then you're going to need the GM filter. So there is a whole bunch on the market that look just like this that are an odd brand. I would stay away from that. This isn't a paid endorsement. I just wanted to share it with you. But go to their website, blackstoneindustries.com. Follow the link and they will send you the oil sample kit, and then it tells you how to achieve the sample. I know you got to run the motor for a little bit and then you're going to catch the oil in midstream. I'll show you that a little bit along the way. Look at underneath the car. You can see the engine covers. These don't need to be removed. They've done a good job of making sure all the access holes are clear. This is the filter access right here, a drain right there, and that is your plastic one that you're going to replace. This is what the sample kit looks like when you get it apart. They do a good job of making sure this oil doesn't go anywhere. This is the main container that you're going to put your oil in. They want it about half full, and you want to do it in the middle of the change. Basically, as you start draining it, you don't want to get the first part of the oil or the last part, apparently. You want to get something in the middle of the change. They want half a container for their sample. Now, this is very important. Use the genuine GM filter. Don't use any of the copycat ones. Even if it looks like it's a very good price, don't do it. Do the GM filter and GM drain plug only. The new one comes with the new O-ring. Make sure you put a little bit of fresh oil on there when you go to install that so it doesn't bind up the seal.
So the nice thing about having an open element filter is you can go in here and inspect much easier than cutting open an old canister style filter. You can go through every single pleat, look for sparkly stuff, which might be in here anyways. This is the original first 500 miles. You got a new O-ring for the cap, and what I found the easiest way to get these off is if you get them in the middle and pinch them, it pushes it off the end. We don't have to get any sharp tools or anything on your plastic housing. So those snaps go into here, like that.
I mentioned this earlier, but it's very important to use the engine oil that GM recommend, which is the 550, and they call it supercar oil. The same filter that we use on all of our Hondas fits the Corvette perfectly too. We carry it in the store, lhtperformance.com. Nice thing about this is it doesn't lug. It has an air gap around it so that you can pour the oil in there and it doesn't splash back and end up all over your engine bay. All right, it calls for 7.5 quarts, but they're also saying put your 7.5 in, start it, bring it up to temperature, and then check the dipstick. You've always got to check it while it's running, which that is the dipstick right there, which is pretty convenient. A lot easier than looking for a level indicator on the dash. Some of the cars we've had in here, it will take up to an hour for that gauge to actually start functioning. I know the GT4, I changed oil 2 or 3 times on that, and it would take at least an hour of driving before it would actually tell you it's okay. All right, I'm gonna run it and get it up to temperature. I don't think there is a way to check the oil on the dash. I'm gonna take a look, and if there is, I'll let you know. First indication right there, oil pressure is normal. That's always a good thing to look at first thing. Obviously, make sure you put oil in it, but it's nice to see that right away. Once the car came up to temperature, we checked and double checked, and it was half a quart low. So we put the remainder half quart of oil back in there, and then it is right at spec. This might be because we let the car drain a little extra time while this oil change was going on. We went to go watch the new Jurassic Park movie. So we came back, put everything back together, put the oil in it, and it came up right at 8 quarts. This is an OCD thing, but I always like to get an oil sample. That way you know if there's something on the horizon you need to worry about. This is big in the Porsche community. They're on the lookout for the IMS bearing, or other cars have main bearing issues, rod bearing issues, and it's nice to see that and give you the heads up if it's something to worry about. Definitely smaller on this side of the car. This is the first time I've ever sat in the passenger side of the C8. Everybody complains about that wall if you're a passenger. Yeah, but over there, you got tons of room. Yeah. It's huge.
It feels small. I feel like I had to be like this.
Yeah, this is like a little cockpit. It's literally like being in a little airplane.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Fancy one.
That means you've been running it.
Yeah. This thing is like addictively fun. It's crazy. Yeah. Everyone complaining about the manual. I mean, it's so much fun. You kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
I mean, having a C6 in a manual, yes. This, no.
Having the ability to paddle shift it too, it shifts so fast. It gives you the feeling of shifting.
Yeah.
It gives you 90% the feeling of having a manual.
And there's so much going on so fast, if you had to put another pedal down and move the stick around.
So this was a nice surprise. They send you this gift, whether you bought a Corvette, Stingray, or a Z06. Look how beautifully packaged this is. It's one of those little, it's like a nice surprise. I've seen other people show pictures of it, but I've never got one of my own. When I bought the NSX, they sent me a pen. They used to send a car, but anyway, so you open this way. This is like a magnetic box. Then you pick this up, and it's really cool. It's a cutout with the white background. This is gonna match your car, by the way. I bought a white car, so the back end is white, and it has your VIN on a nice little metal plaque, and then it has some really cool pictures and some sketches and some information about the car, how it came up. This, which is really cool. I've never done it before. I've always kind of looked at it and said, well, it's kind of expensive. They give you this opportunity to go to the Ron Fellows driving school, and I think they pay $2,000 of it. So again, this kind of looks like a car cover. Very clever. I've already looked at this, but I wanted to show you it on camera. I don't want to spend too long showing you because there's a lot of pictures out there. I just figured I'd show you what it looks like. So it's glass, and then this is the actual car that they send you, and it's the same color again as the car that you purchased, and the VIN number is on there, the Z06 logo. This is actually a heavy piece of glass, and this feels like it's maybe cast aluminum with the magnetic pieces in. I'll put pictures, you can see it. Hopefully you get yours soon if you had. Let me know what you think about it. I'm actually quite impressed with it. Like I said, the NSX, I was expecting a car like this, and I didn't. I got a pen, and it was to a point where I ended up buying a model NSX and taking it apart and painting it. So there's the little NSX that I bought. It was red, it was from Amazon, it was like 20 bucks. But they didn't offer it in orange. My NSX was thermal orange pearl, so I bought this and spent the time taking it apart and actually took it to my body shop and had it painted thermal orange pearl, because I did have my charge pipes done at the time, which are these parts back here. And I thought they would think I was out of my mind when I took just this shell and said, can you paint this? And they go, yeah, no problem. We do that all the time. We get key fobs from people that want to buy a key fob and paint it to match their car. So that was what I did there. But I try and keep a model of all my cars. Anyway, let's get back to the oil sample. Okay, so this is just back from Blackstone. These are the results. So this is what it looks like. I'll put a full picture of this, but they give you a nice little summary right here and kind of gives you an idea. It's actually kind of a nice personal touch. So I did change it early, 660 miles, partially because I wanted to make sure any kind of junk that might be in there, you know, any kind of break-in, not just break-in fluids, but the material that comes from machining, from breaking in, from assembly loops, that kind of thing. And two, to give me an idea if this was going to be a good engine or not. I don't know what my forever car is. I really, really like this car, and I wanted to make sure it was in good shape. But anyway, it gives you the averages over here and then what your oil should have in it. So it's still fairly new platform, so there's only so much data they have, but it's nice to have kind of like this ongoing report of your own car. So this is just one of those nice things to have, and I've done it on many of my cars, more than I have actually shown you on the channel, because I'm a little bit OCD, and it's nice to know what's going on in your engine. So this cost $40 for this. They send you the sample for free, the little, you know, the container I showed you, and then you send them $40 with a credit card, and this is what you end up with, and it stays on file. I think it's super cool. So there it is. Hopefully it got some ideas, and it gives you an idea to do this on your own Corvette, your own S2000, your own Camaro, your own whatever. This is something I think is good to have. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Don't forget, enjoy your cars.